Yankees win 11-zip versus the Chicago Cubs on a spectacular night. Obviously, man, they played well on both sides of the ball, defense and offense. The pitching was spectacular by Rodon. Judge made some great plays. Bellinger, 3 home runs, almost should have been 4 home runs, but he got robbed of one. I mean, what more can you ask for, man? The Yankees offense in particular, they're on a roll, man. They are on a roll. And we need it right now. Carlos Rodon, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits given up, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. I mean, with the way the bullpen's been pitching, we needed that. At one point, they had Jonathan Loaizaga warming up. And let me tell you something. I was like, no, do not bring him in, please. Boone walked out to the mound. It looked like he was going to take Rodon out for a second. And he left him in there. And look, you know, we got to give Boone his flowers when he earns them, right? So shout out to Boone, man, for leaving him in there. That was his game to give up. He had runners on first and third, I believe. I mean, just, you know, let him, if a run's going to come across, let it be him to give it up. That's what I say. He earned it. That was a great game by Rodon, man. Ace was good, Ace. Yeah, but if you're just joining for the first time, my name is Jason. I'm the host of the Yankees Night Show, formerly called the Overnight Show, but we're trying to do it a little earlier this time, man, because your boy needs his sleep, man. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Real Bill P. What's up, Real Bill? Nitin, man, what's up, Nitin? How you doing, brother? We got Ace in the building, of course. Make sure you go check out his channel. Does a great job. Ken is in the building. Make sure you check out The Ugly Truth with Ken. Nitin says, sports. Shout out to Cody Bellinger for a 3 home run game. Man, all right, we'll start the show there, right? Cody Bellinger, especially playing against the team that traded you. Even though he wanted to be a Yankee anyway, but playing against the team that traded you, the team that didn't believe in you. I appreciate the like, Lou. Appreciate it, man. Playing against the team that didn't believe you to go off and hit 3 home runs. It should have been 4, but he got robbed by 1. Kyle Tucker made a tremendous play at the wall. I mean, look, I'm going to count it as 4 in my mind, right? That was 4 bombs, man. What a performance by Cody Bellinger. Look, and I'll be honest, in April, Cody Bellinger got off to a slow start. Now, I was the first one calling him out, and I'm glad that he's proven me wrong, man. That dude, he's like, to me, he's like the model baseball player. He does it all. He has like the instincts for the game. His baseball IQ is through the roof. Like it's crazy because I was always complaining about his contract, right? The money he makes. But watching him play on a day-to-day basis, you realize the value that he brings to the team. Not only on the field, right? That's obvious, right? Performance and all that stuff. But also in the dugout, you could tell the teammates love him. You know, there's been moments where you see him in the sidelines, schooling or teaching guys like Jason Dominguez and stuff like that. Yeah, man, he's awesome, dude. And honestly, that play versus the Mets, I'm gonna say it again, the play versus the Mets, that double play that he turned, I felt like, I don't want to say saved the season, right? Because it's still very early, but that kind of changed everything. That put the momentum back in our favor. We're starting to get caught. It seemed like nothing could go the Yankees' way before that. And that changed everything. So shout out to him and knock on wood, because I don't want to jinx it at all. But let's pull up Cody Bellinger's numbers real quick. I think he's an all-star. He should be an all-star. 285, 16 home runs, 54 ribbies, an OPS of 838, 9 stolen bases, on-base percentage of 340. Look, if Julio Rodriguez is on the all-star team, there's no way Cody Bellinger isn't. I get it. Julio is very popular, especially amongst younger fans, and that's not a knock against Julio Rodriguez, because I like the guy too. But come on, man. Cody Bellinger, I think he deserves it. Excuse me. Lou, what's up, Lou? Lou says, I was thinking the same, overrated. Now he won me over. Yeah, man, he won me over. It's the little things. I'm telling you, it's kind of like, it's those little nuances that you won't really pick up unless you're watching this guy every day. You know, he's a fantastic baseball player. I mean, that's the guy you tell your kid, like, hey, watch him, you know? Like, he's always seems to be in the right place. He's doing the right thing. He's always hustling out the box. He's just, man, there's certain things that he does, man, that you can't really quantify on the field. You can't really quantify it. And he's that guy, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. Let's see. Well, Stephen B, what's up, man? Stephen B's in the building. Jonathan, what's up? Jonathan, I got your text. My bad. I was sleeping when you text me, but I'll text you back later tomorrow. We got to discuss the trivia, see what we're going to do. Andrew says, Jason, what's good, Andrew? Do we do an extension? I mean, if he wants to, I think you have that conversation. It all depends, man, because even, you know, at a certain point, at a certain price, it ain't even worth it no more. Granted, I just said all those good things about him, right? But at a certain price, it's like, and maybe he doesn't even opt out, you know, or maybe, I don't know. If he doesn't opt out, you just let it play the way it is right now and then talk extensions maybe next year. But if he does opt out, then you see what happens. I wouldn't do an extension right now. I wouldn't do that. He's rocking and rolling, man. You don't want to get into those conversations. Man, hey, when business gets involved with the game, man, it's not good. You know, that's why a lot of players, they like to wait till the offseason to do all of that stuff. I don't want to do anything that could possibly affect his game on the field. Even though he's a true professional, right? Cody Bellinger is a true professional. I don't think it would, but you know, we'll see. D-Train was good, my guy. He says World Series back on. No, man, we still got moves to make. So right now, the Yankees are a game and a half, right, behind the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are playing the A's right now, I believe, as we speak. You know what? Let me fix the ticker. I didn't update the ticker. Give me a second. Yeah, so we're a game and a half. We're right there. We are right there. I'm telling you. All right, it should be updated now. But let's put this away. All right. Yeah, well, we're looking for the Tampa Bay loss, so that's good. They lost to the Boston Red Sox. Whenever you see the Seattle crushed the freaking Tigers. Whenever you see the Blue Jays game, let me know the score in the chat because I don't want to listen to that all day. Jason Swag. Yeah, man. I try, man. I ain't got too much swag, but I try. But yeah, man, freaking look, Cody Bellinger, obviously 3 home runs. Fourth one was robbed. And then you got Aaron Judge, man. Like, come on, bro. Are we free? Are you kidding me, dude? It's not even a conversation who's the MVP at this point. I feel like Judge could stop playing today, knock on wood, right? And still win MVP. Come on. 1-0 Toronto, Petruzzi says. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, man. It's not even close, really. Judge, he showed today. Judge showed today why he's so valuable. Obviously, we already know he's the greatest hitter on the planet, right? And this is the argument I make with Dodger fans all the time. And I'm gonna call out Andrew. I know he's in the chat somewhere. This is why he's better than Ohtani, in my opinion, man. Especially if Ohtani's not pitching. It's not even a question. It's not even close. And you want to pull him up, Lou? I'm going to turn it off because I have it right now on for only members. Try it again, Lou. It should work now. But yeah, those 3 plays, man. First of all, he robbed a home run. Okay, saved Carlos Rodon there. If that thing goes off the wall, who knows where Carlos Rodon goes from there. Then he made another dive-in play in the same inning, too, to get him out the inning. And then another dive-in play down the line, man. Come on. The dude he's incredible. Yeah, Jacob, yep, he made the All-Star team. And he deserves it. I can't say his name. I'm not even gonna try, man. But he's a phenomenal pitcher. But man, he looks good. Look at even Paul Skeens, right? A lot of people didn't think Paul Skeens should start the All-Star game last year, and he did. I think the baseball's trying to go towards these younger players, man. They're trying to market them more. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You spell Shohei wrong, but you could just try Otani. Yeah, I'll put it for you. Hold on. But yeah, so Judge, man, great defense behind the plate. Jazz made a great play up the middle. Freaking Carlos Rodon was loving every minute of it. Loving every minute. Jason Dominguez, right? I mean, at this point, look, he better be leadoff every day. I don't care who's in the lineup, if it's a lefty or righty, whatever it is. He is your leadoff hitter, hands down. Enough said, case closed. That's it, right? There's no point of playing with that anymore. He went 2 for 5 today. Granted, he had 3 strikeouts, but still, two runs, scored 2 runs. I mean, come on, let's just leave the kid there. He's the perfect leadoff hitter. I'm telling you, Dominguez, Judge, Bellinger, that top 3 should not change at all. It should stay just like that. Just like that. Rice went 2 for 5. And it seemed like every out he made, with the exception of one, I think he popped it up or something like that. He's hitting the ball hard still. Jazz Chisholm 1 for 3, 2 walks. Cody Bellinger. Paul Goldschmidt 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. Escara joined the hit party. Volpe got a hit and an RBI. There was an RBI double. Peraza 2 for 4. Who'd have thought, right? Maybe he's coming around. Maybe that's all it took for him to play regularly every day. I get it's only one game, and he did look bad. That one strikeout he had, he swung at a ball that was probably 3 feet away from the plate, but 2 for 4, man. You know. So the Yankees offense is looking really good, man. I'm telling you, they hitting on all cylinders right now. I think the biggest issue for me, and I think the Yankees would agree to, is the bullpen. The bullpen. There is no link today, Donnie. No, I'm going on solo. Look, when I do an open panel, that's not an everyday thing, man. It's not gonna be something that I do every day. It's if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And I don't think I'm gonna announce it either. I'm just gonna do it whenever I feel like doing it. But yeah, man, the bullpen. Look, you get 8 innings from Rodon. That's, man, I'm telling you, that's crucial right there. Especially since you don't know what this bullpen is going to give you. I mean, you really don't. At one point, they had Jonathan Loaizaga pitching, warming up in the bullpen, and he's been very sketchy lately. He's real dicey. I don't trust him at all. No. Let me get to the chat, man. Aiden Davila was good. Says, getting Rafael Devers from Giants is a long shot. I don't think anybody wants to touch that mess right there, man. He's a great player, but nobody, sometimes it's not even about a great player. It's you got to think, is this person gonna mess up the camaraderie in the dugout or in the clubhouse? I don't know. He seems like a headache right now. I'd stay away from him, and he's making a lot of money. Jason, we might see 20 wins for Rodon and Fried. Yep, Rodon got his 10th win today. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see if we could get there. Joey from the Shift says something about Devers trade possibility to the Yankees. I mean, I like Joey, but I highly doubt it, man. Look, I said this yesterday too, man. And this is not a knock against him, right? Because I watch his channel, I'm a fan. Or anybody for that matter. But at this time of the year, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff, right? And I guess everything's a possibility, right? If you think about it mathematically, everything's a possibility. But I don't see that happening. You're gonna hear a lot of supposed trade rumors and stuff like that, and it's cool. I guess it's fun to talk about certain things and everything, but You know, like when people tell me they have a source or something like that, I always take it with a grain of salt, unless I hear it from like the big dogs, somebody like a Jeff Passan or there's only a few of them that I trust really, man, or like Jack Curry or Ken Rosenthal. I think he's pretty trustworthy. And besides that, man, you know, I guess you could take it as entertainment and it's good to talk about and have fun with it. But who knows, man? Who knows? I'm sure there's so many teams talking about all kinds of players. What's up, Eli? It should be Cody Bellinger over Kyle Tucker in the offseason. Yeah, man, for that price tag that Kyle Tucker's about to get, it might be. I don't think the Yankees are going to go after Kyle Tucker. It's a nice thought, right? But it kind of, you know, we already went through this with Juan Soto, man. Look, just leave. Unless he's going to play left or something like that, then you think about it. But no way we're moving Aaron Judge again. He's staying in right field until it's time for him to go to DH or whatever it is towards the end of his career. But for now, he's not moving from there. Oh, I don't know. Look, Donnie, I'm just reading what Aiden Davila said. He said something else, so I don't know what he said, to be honest. I didn't see that from him, and quite frankly, I really don't care. I'm telling you what I'm saying, that you're going to hear a lot of stuff from a lot of people, and some of it may be true, some of it may be not, but it's at this point, is, you know, you pick what you want to believe or not, man. Me, you know, I like to, it's nice to hear it and everything, but I'm not going to run and say, oh, this, nobody knows, man. Really, honestly, nobody really knows. There's a few people that's probably in the know, and I doubt any of them is, you know, really out here like that, man. They don't want to burn their sources too. I don't know. That's just my opinion, man. My opinion. Every trade deadline, you hear all the rumors and stuff, and some of them come true, some don't. But nothing is set in stone until the man Jeff Passan says it or somebody like that. I take it with a grain of salt. I did put in an X last night and yesterday that I would trade Williams for Class A and prospects. You would trade Devin Williams for Class A. You're going to have to give him more than that. They're not going to do it for just Devin Williams. I promise you that. It's Ken, Jeff Kurt. Yeah, man, there's a certain few that I trust, and you know, a lot of things are just this time of year, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, a lot of people are gonna come out. I remember, what was it last year? Oh, in the off season, remember there was some guy, he was like, oh, you know, I forgot who it was, but apparently Soto was on the Boston Red Sox. He was on so many teams before he actually finally signed. So who knows, man? We already know the whole arson Judge. Remember the Shohei Ohtani on the plane going to Toronto? Look, man, you're gonna hear a lot of crazy stuff. You can't believe everything you hear. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that at that. Ace was good, man. Ace says Judge made some great plays tonight. Yeah, man. Yo, he really had his pitchers back, man, right there. Because a couple of them, man, he could have just let it drop. It's not going to affect the game or anything like that. You know, you at one point there were, especially that one when he dove in the right, like by the right field line. They already up like 9-0 at that point. He could have let that drop. It's not really going to affect. But he did it for Rodon. You could tell, like, he was trying to make sure that he was going to do it, even though he wasn't pitching no hitter or nothing. But. And that's, man, you earn a lot of respect from your pitcher like that, man. A lot of respect. And you could tell that Rodon was feeling it, and he appreciated it. Tucker makes no sense for the Yankees. Yeah, man. Donnie Clark says, Pereira, Williams, look, I don't know about that last one there, man. That kid is good. Real Bill says, until the Yankees officially announce a trade, is all speculation and clickbait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Real Bill. At this point of the year, look, and it's okay to talk about stuff and say everything, but or maybe some people, they know somebody and maybe they say, hey, but to definitively say like, hey, this team is in on this person, they trying to work on a trade. It could be true, it could be false. It doesn't matter. Like Eugenio Suarez, right? I'm sure of course the Yankees are in on him and they trying to work out a deal, but so is 20 other teams. Like, you just never know. You never know, man. NFE was good, my guy. Make sure you check out NFE at the Strike Zone, man. Best pregame in the business. NFE, man. The only thing, man, NFE is a great dude, but the only thing, man, he likes his steaks freaking raw, pretty much, man. You gotta get a medium well, NFE. Medium well. Donnie says that'd be a waste at first base with Jones. He's fast, plays great center field. I don't know what's like the whole thing with Spencer Jones is up in the air, man. Who knows what the Yankees do? Me personally, and a lot of people get mad at me like this when I say this, but I agree with Ken from The Ugly Truth when I say, look, everybody's on the table. Obviously, you're not going to trade them for peanuts, right? But everybody's on the table. If you go into a negotiation saying, like, let's say, I don't know, I'm the GM and the Diamondbacks call me and they're like, hey, what's up, man? Like, what's up? They're like, hey, I heard you went on Eugenio Suarez. Like, who you willing to trade? If the first thing that comes out of my mouth is this guy's off the table, this guy's untouchable, that's not a good way to start negotiation, right? I believe, right? I don't know, right? I've never been in these meetings, but I believe a lot of these talks, they just start kind of just with like, hey, what do you got? And they discuss players and everything, and then it's not a one call thing, They have a couple conversations. They have their scouts kind of look into people. They already know who they want for what. But it's a whole dog and pony show, man. You got to just dance with it and negotiate. You got to negotiate. A team medium rare. We're going to put that on a T-shirt, man. Sean Browning, what's up, man? A medium well T-bone. The ribeye. Oh, my God. I should have never brought up the steak. Medium well, man. Medium well is the best. Yankees are undefeated since cutting DJ. Yeah. I didn't want to say it, man, because I didn't want to jinx it, but I was thinking about that earlier, too. You know what? Maybe I'm going to tell you right now, like, cutting DJ, obviously they had to because, look, if you're not willing to play third base, what are you going to do, right? But I think it was more of a like just making a stance and just putting everybody on notice, It's like saying, yo, y'all better step up your game without saying it. And I think the players, I think they notice it too, especially this time of year, man. The trade talks are happening. They know that by the end of this month, it might be a different dugout. There's some guys in there who they've grown close to that might not be there anymore. So, it's one of those things, man. You better step it up. And then sometimes those stepping it up could hurt you too, because it could just bring up your value, and now you're a trade piece. So who knows, man? It's going to be interesting. I do think the Yankees will make some moves, hopefully some big moves. I'm all for Suarez. I think his bat does change the lineup. My whole thing is I'm not sure how his defense plays. And then the guy he's a rental. You're talking about a 2-3 month rental. What are you really willing to give up for that? That's what it all boils down to. Because there's a whole bunch of players, man, that I'd like to have, but at what price? At what price? That's the real question. That is the real question. Donnie says Suarez and Gallen. Yeah, but those are both two rentals. Those are two guys that you could give up prospects for and won't even be here 4 months from now, So it's tough. It's not as easy as it seems. As fans, and I said this the other day too, as fans, we say we want this guy, and people be like, oh, what about this guy? You're like, hell no. Look at his OPS. Hell no. And it's like, okay, but unless you're willing to trade some of those players that you said are not tradable, then how do you expect to get a stud? How do you expect to get a stud back if you don't give up something? That's how trade works, That's how it works. You got to give up something. So what's it going to be? If you want certain players, you better be giving up something for them. Or go settle for the lower tier, the lower echelon players that are available on the trade market. Yeah, you got to give to get, man. That's the way it works, unfortunately. I wish we could go out there and just get whatever we want. Antonio Gomez has touched 100 miles per hour and shown good feel for the command since the Yankees turned him into a pitcher. Just 3 weeks ago, he is one of the team's promising catching prospects. Good feel for command since... I don't even know who's that, to be honest, man. But that's good. We need more hard throwers. I was shocked the other day when Cam Schlittler made his MLB debut, and they said in one inning he had pitched like 6 of the most fastest pitches that we've seen from a Yankee all year. I was blown away. Like, that's crazy, man. And I look, it's not all velocity. It really isn't. But velocity plays, man. It really does. When you have velo, when you're throwing 100 miles an hour, obviously you still got to locate, but you can miss every now and then and still get it by. Not when you're throwing 90. If you throw 90 over the plate, it's getting smoked. It's getting smoked. When you're throwing 100 something, and then when you throw that hard too, I feel like, me personally, batters, they have to be sitting on the fastball. They have to. Because if they sit on anything else and they don't get that, there's no way they catching up to a fastball. So, like I said, velo isn't everything, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Yeah, you got to give to get. Barbara, what's up, Barbara? She says, do you think Schlittler will be part of the trade, or do you want the Yankees to keep him? I want to see him again. I don't think they're going to trade him just yet. I hope not, but who knows, I think if somebody makes an offer you can't refuse, like The Godfather, right? You gotta jump on it. But I want to see him again. I like the guy. I really do. I get it's just one start, but something about him gives me a good feeling. I like that he throws hard effortlessly. It don't even look like he's really like throwing his hardest. That's the crazy. That's when I see a pitcher throwing really hard and they're not even giving max effort, I'm like, okay, there could be more in the tank there. And he's still got a small frame. He's a big dude, but imagine putting 15 more pounds on this guy. Sky's the limit. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me. I like pause. I'm going to say pause first, but I like my pitchers tall and big, you get a lot of guys like Clark Schmidt, even though he's not too short, but when he throws, right? Yeah, he gets it up there mid 90s, but you can tell he's giving it all he got. I don't know. I think bigger pitchers, right, are more durable. And I get it. That's not all it takes, right, to be durable. But to me, they're more durable and they have more, I feel like there's more ceiling to them, There's definitely more ceiling. Yeah, Mason Miller threw 104 mile per hour fastball the other day. Yeah, that was filthy. Filthy. Sean Browning says Garcia and Lugo. I think that would be great, man. I think that's probably like the best move, but they're going to ask for an arm and a leg, and I'm not sure the Yankees are willing to give them what they want. Nathan, that's incredible. Blake and the Yankees doing. Yeah. Hold on, let me do something real quick here. The Jays are winning, obviously. How much they up by now? It's okay, because we're right on their tail. We are right on their tail, man. The thing is, man, George Springer has been super hot, man. Ever since we lost those 4 games to them, the guy's been on the tear. The Mets are tied right now with Kansas City. Who else we got here? And the ticker goes too slow. Command and nasty stuff is key. And mixing pitches well, you become elite. Yeah, man. You got to have stuff and you got to know how to pitch. And it's a lot of stuff, man. With pitching is sometimes you don't have to throw hard, but it's just the way you look. You know, sometimes it's hard for batters to pick up the ball from a pitcher because they're real deceptive. You know, they don't show the ball early. Some guys have a long stride, you know. So by the time when they get their stride, man, they're like freaking 8 feet, 8 feet up on the mound, closer to the plate and stuff like that, man. Pitching is an art, man. It's an art. It definitely is. Cam is 6'7". Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's a skinny 6'7". Imagine you put a little weight on him. Donnie says the A's should trade Miller when his value is high. I think they I don't know what they're doing over there, man, but they getting ready. They got to put butts in the seats somehow. They got to get people to want to tune into them, and they're gonna have a nice little team because they got a whole bunch of young guys that are really good. So they're gonna, once they get their new ballpark in about 2-3 years or whatever it is, you know, they're gonna want to hit the ground running. They can't go to Vegas and have a scrubby team. You know, they got to have a centerpiece. They got to have something. Especially for a new team, a new city. I'm sure at first people are going to come to the park, but then after a while that dies down if you're not winning. I heard they shopping Sevy. Man, they might be, but I don't know why. See, the thing with Sevy, right? If they trade him, they're going to have to eat some of that money. So they're going to be paying for him to pitch for another team pretty much. And then they have that whole thing where they have to keep the payroll at a certain place. So maybe they just keep him there just out of spite, you know. And Sevy, man, look, Sevy is crying, man. You knew what you was getting into. You got paid. Now suck it up. Suck it up, dude. And I'll be honest, like, I'm glad he's not on our team no more. And I like Sevy a lot. I used to like him a lot, but I don't know, man. He does a lot of talking, man. A lot of talking. Bro, he should be grateful. I'm gonna be honest. Look, this is me. Be grateful because they overpaid for you. They overpaid for you. And you ain't deserve it. You could easily be at home right now. Really. Easily be at home. And you're not even pitching good. That's the whole thing. If you're pitching really good, that's one thing. But you're not even pitching good, man. I don't know. Vegas already has a AAA team. Yeah, but it ain't the same as the ballpark they're gonna build over there is beautiful. The way they're gonna do it, man, is gonna be big time, man. Everything over there is pretty big time, and you can't just move over there with a bunch of scrubs, you know. I'm not saying they won't trade Mason Miller because maybe they would, but it ain't gonna be for peanuts, man. Not for a dude like that. Yeah. His record outside of minor league stadium is better than home in Sacramento. It don't matter, man. He's not that good. Let's be honest. He's not that good. It may be better, but it ain't gonna be that much better. Yeah. That's just my opinion, man. I wouldn't trade for him. I'll tell you that much. No, not a chance in hell. I don't care if they eat 90% of that money. They could keep him. They could keep him. Make sure y'all like the video, man. If you're just tuning in, make sure you subscribe. Right now, I have the live chats open to everybody. So if you want to pull up anybody's stats, pull them up. As I pull up Matter of fact, right now, let's look at tomorrow's matchup, which is going to be Max Fried going up against Matthew Boyd. I mean, look, they got some tough pitchers going up against us, but the Yankees offense been on a roll. They've been on a roll. We got our ace going up, so I'm hoping we could take this win tomorrow. At least we got the series. We don't have to worry about that. And then we just try to complete the sweep. Because after that, we have Will Warren pitching Sunday, I believe. So, who knows what you're going to get with him, but that's what I want to do. Let me see Toronto real quick. I've been paying attention a lot to Toronto because, we're trying to catch them. So I need to see what they're doing. All right, tomorrow they got Kevin Gausman going up against, damn, man. It's like every time I look at them, they got the upper hand on all these teams. It's going to be tough. We got to keep winning at least to the end of July. And then really, when we face them, or when they start facing harder teams, then we got to push through. Because it looks like they got a cush schedule ahead of them. A cush schedule. We'll put this away real quick. Then we'll look at the standings around the league. All right, the Red Sox been on a roll. They're right there. Look, the Rays have fallen into fourth place. So who knows, man? They might be selling real quick. The AL Central, the Tigers are running away with that division. It's not even up for debate no more. Unless something crazy happens, they're gonna take that division. They're 59-36. Hey, take a look at the West. Astros have a comfortable lead over the Mariners and the Rangers. How they do it, I have no idea, but every year they find a way. And that's just even without, I think Jeremy Pena's still hurt, right? I believe. And Yordan Alvarez ain't even playing. So them guys, they know how to win. And then the West, I don't know what's up with the West. Every year we think it's going to be something different. Teams are going to be better, and they're not. So in the NL East, take a look at our counterparts, the Mets. They're a game and a half behind Philly. Philly, they always find a way too, man. They're 6-4. I wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and get a closer because they've been trying to get a closer forever. Go out there and get a big time closer. And Marlins obviously are trash. Braves, they ain't going nowhere. Nationals, not even close. Then we got the Cubs, 55-39. You would think they've run away with that division, but the Brewers are not making it easy. They're only a game behind them. Look, and they've been losing. They lose tomorrow, and the Brewers win. All of a sudden, they're tied for first. So that's crazy. The Cardinals, I believe, are still in the wild card. They're right there. Reds are not too far behind. The NL Central is not too bad, in all honesty. And then the West, the Giants are 5 games behind the Dodgers. Padres are 5.5 games. The Dodgers, man, they've been losing a lot lately, and I don't know how. The Giants and the Padres, they didn't capitalize on that big losing streak, on that downturn by the Dodgers. They didn't capitalize. They should be a lot closer, but they're not. So the Diamondbacks are 46-48. They pretty much out of it, man. They should be selling. And the Rockies, 22-72. Oh my God. And that's the standings around the leagues right now. Yassine says there are rumors that Class A might get traded at the trade deadline. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Would you take Class A? Have 3 closers? I don't know. Look at what the Padres paid for 3 months of Tanner Scott, first, second, third. Yeah, man, we're not doing that. Miller would draw way more. I don't know, man. It's a tough time of the year because you got to make tough decisions. Cashman's got to make tough decisions. I personally, and look, this is my theory. I think Cashman is gonna he's gonna retire once his contract is done. I think he got like 2 more years, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's gonna retire, and he wants to win before he retires. So I think that he's gonna do all he can to try to win and get what we need. But at the end of the day, look, we beat up on Cashman, right? And a lot of it is Cashman's fault. Don't get me wrong. Some of these bad contracts, bad stuff like that, I get it. But, at the end of the day, that he has a boss too, and he has to go up to the boss and ask him if he can make a certain move or whatever, or add money. I'm sure they already discussed this. I'm pretty sure Hal was like, look, this is as far as I will go. If it's really gonna move the needle, we'll go this far past the threshold or whatever, the luxury tax thing. I'm pretty sure he already gave him his left and right limits, so to speak. Like, this is what we can do. And now it's up to them, to the front office, to pull something off, man. Make a trade. I criticize Cashman a lot, but there is something to be said. I mean, the dude's been in the business 30 years, right? Something like that. He's been the GM, 27 years? Look, that doesn't come without experience, without relationships, favors, just a lot of stuff. So who knows what goes behind the scenes? I'm hoping that he could pull one out. He could pull a trick out of his hat, man. Just pull a bunny out of there. Matter of fact, just pull a rattlesnake. Eugenio Suarez or something. Give us something good, man. Let's make a run for it. That's what I'm hoping for. Even Edward Cabrera, I wouldn't be mad at something like that. Yasin says, watch Boone Goldschmidt lead off over Dominguez tomorrow. No, man. I think Boone sees it now. He sees it, man. Dominguez is the leadoff, man. He's your guy. He had 3 strikeouts today. That's not great, but look, he's still learning. He did reach base twice, had 2 hits. He's just a perfect leadoff, in my opinion. He's a switch hitter. The dude is fast as hell. And he could rake. He rakes. Well, I mean, what more do you want from your leadoff hitter? He's been having good at bats. Not 2-pitch at bats. That's one thing that gets me mad with Ben Rice. Even though today I think he did get a walk. Did he get a walk? Hold on. I don't want to talk on my face. No, he didn't get walked today. Yesterday he got walked in the 9th inning, I believe. So he had a good at bat there. The thing that kills me with Ben Rice is that I feel like he goes up there swinging at everything. Like, sometimes you got to take a few pitches, man. I don't know. But as your leadoff hitter, you want him to be able to take some pitches, see some pitches, man. See a couple pitches. It's gonna help the other batters see what the guy's throwing that day, stuff like that. Cashman contract ends next year. Yeah, so he probably wants to win, man. I don't know. Or maybe he signs another deal. It keeps on going forever and ever and ever. Right? But I don't know, something about him. When I heard him speaking the other day in that press conference, I think he's done, man. And nobody's gonna fire him or anything like that. He's gonna walk away on his terms. Anthony Volpe, 215, 10 home runs, 49 RBIs. Man, that OBP is not good at all, man. It's all Cashman and Hal's fault. Man, it's a lot of fault, man. But ultimately, they're in charge of everything. That's why I say Boone, Cashman, Hal. Ultimately, when you're in charge, man, it falls on you. A lot of it's probably not even them. A lot of it could be bad information they're getting from the scouting department or from analytics or something like that, But nonetheless, at the end of the day, you're in charge. So those are the people you hired. So it falls on them. Do you think Belly will get yeah, we was just talking about that. He's going to opt out of his contract. I mean, the way he's playing, I wouldn't blame him, but we'll see. I don't think that look, right now, to me personally, I think it's not the time to really start talking about that. I think it's better to just wait. Wait till the offseason, see what happens. Because you can start breaking relationships, man. Because let's say they start talking extension, and Bellinger and his agent, they say, hey, we feel like we're worth this much. Obviously, it's and then you bring in Scott Boras into this, right? Because we all know that's his agent. And he's worth this much. We want this much. And then Cashman turns around and said, well, we don't think you're worth it. We value you at this because of this. And it just creates tension, man. It's not something that they should be doing right now, in my opinion. Definitely not. Goldschmidt replaced Dominguez again against the left-handed reliever. Yeah. Let's see, man. Just like Judge didn't want the Yankees to get rid of DJ last offseason. Man, it's a lot of things, man. I don't think they really... I mean, honestly, is that even true? Right? I mean, we heard that. Is it really true? Like, who said that? Who that's credible said that the Judge is the one that went up there and said, no, don't DFA him? I know we all heard it. And maybe it is true, but like, who's the source? Because I don't remember the source. Donnie, I hear what you're saying, Donnie, but what's the source? That's what I'm saying. You can't just say that and then say it's true, but it's not true. Did Cashman tell you that? Did Boone tell you that? Did Judge say that? Did DJ LeMahieu say it? Did anyone say that? You understand what I'm saying? Like we go off. Sometimes we just talk out of our face as fans, and that's why we look bad, because we just go with anything. We'll go with anything. And there's so many fake. I see so many fake accounts on on Twitter and all this other stuff. And maybe that did happen, right? Maybe it did happen, but on what sports channel, though? That's what I'm saying. You got to be more specific, man. Because I don't remember a sports channel saying. I never heard Jack Curry say. I never heard them say it on Yes. I never heard ESPN say. I never heard Ken Rosendahl said it, or Jeff Passan, or anybody. MLB Network and Foul Territory. Well, you're gonna have to show me that, because I don't think, no, like, I mean, it could have happened. All right, I wouldn't put it past them because they friends, but I don't. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Who knows? But unless it's coming from somebody in the know in there, like, how do you really know? Really? Boone doesn't trust Dominguez from the right side of the plate. I think he's giving him a chance, man. But if he got to go between him and Paul Goldschmidt, he's gonna go with Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt rakes against lefties, man. He rakes. Went 3 for 5 today. So Ken says, same source that announced Arson Judge signed with the Giants. Oh, John Heyman. Even him, and a lot of these guys are bought and paid for too, man. I feel like, and like, it's not a knock against John Heyman, but with the whole Soto thing, I don't know. He's I'm not gonna say he's a liar or anything like that, but I feel like, these guys, they in the media business, man. Yeah, clickbait, stuff like that. Like, that's what they do, I'm sure a lot of times they say things that are truthful and they do have sources, but sometimes it's not really all that, They make stuff up. And I'm not saying it's not true, because maybe it is true. I'm just saying that I haven't really heard it from anything credible. If you're saying you heard it from Foul Territory, even them, like, unless it came from one of them, or did they say that that's what was said, or, That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's true or not. Rubil says, Ken, true clickbait. Yeah, it's a lot of clickbait. You're going to get a lot of that around this time of year. A lot of clickbait. But one thing that isn't clickbait is that like button that's right there. It's right there. Go ahead and click that like button. That ain't clickbait. You could do that for free. It don't cost anybody a thing. No, I hear you, man. I hear you, Donnie. I just say that, man, I've fallen for so much stuff, man. Even the arson judge, I remember when that happened. When that happened, I read it so fast, guy. I didn't even realize it said arson judge or anything. I didn't even look at it. I was just devastated. Immediately, I thought Aaron Judge was a San Francisco Giant. Immediately, I was devastated. And then a few minutes later, you get, no, that's not true. And this, come on, man. I remember the Shohei Ohtani on the plane thing. Let me tell you something. That was the biggest fiasco. And I remember when it was all going down. You know how many people were tracking that flight? There were people in Toronto waiting at the airport. And it was John Morosi, I think that's how you say his name. He jumped the gun too quick. It was, man, it's just crazy. And I knew it. So didn't tell me. I was like, man, watch it not even be him on that plane. And sure enough, it wasn't even him on the plane. Oh, man, come on. There's so much nonsense that gets spewed out there, man. You can't believe everything on the internet. You'll go crazy. You should have knew the Judge was going to be a Giant when Hal called him and said what it would take. Yeah, but nobody knew that. That wasn't public information. You know what I mean? That was not public information at all. All that came out after. Nobody knew what was going on. Judge played it lovely. Nobody knew what was going on. Judge was flying everywhere, meeting with teams. At one point, it just seemed bad. Everybody was reporting that, like it seems like he might be going to one of these other teams because they were offering him more money. And then when that tweet came out, oh man, that thing went viral real quick. But thank God it wasn't true. Yeah, that's the whole point, Donnie. Ohtani never went to Toronto, but for a few hours, everybody, over 30,000 something people were tracking a flight to Toronto. It had nothing to do with Ohtani, right? And it was all because of source. They said a private plane was rented from here in LA and it was flying to Toronto, and this Ohtani going to meet up with these people. And the internet just ran with that. That's what I'm saying. They just ran with that and made it true when it wasn't even true. And then when John Morosi tweeted whatever he tweeted out, then it went even more crazy. And man, you had Blue Jays fans crying after that. They really thought they landed Shohei Ohtani. And that's what the point of this, Donnie, is you can't believe everything that comes out there, man. And if you ever were like a reporter, especially me that I'm on here, I'm not saying I'm a reporter or anything like that, but I am on here talking to you guys. So before I say anything, I try to verify it first, man. You got to verify the stuff, man. If not, you're just going to look like a clown, like me right now, because of Lou. You see, Lou? Look how you got me looking, man. Wasted. Cano was in the air leaving New York City for Seattle. I don't know what you're talking about. You're losing me, Donnie. You're all over the place. Jay, some dude named Eric Hubbs reported that Rizzo Judge blocking DJ DFA. Who the hell is Eric Hubbs? I don't know. Like I'm not saying that it's true or that it's false. I'm just saying that I've heard it by a lot of people and nobody's ever gave me the true source, right? But you're saying Eric Hubbs, I don't know. Now I got to look into that guy. Is he reputable? Is he trustworthy? I don't know, right? I never heard Judge say. I never heard DJ say. I never heard Boone say. I never heard anybody in the Yankees organization. I don't think I ever heard Michael Kay say it, even him, I will at least listen to it like, okay, this could be real if he says it. That's all I'm saying. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. I think that DJ was on the team because they weren't prepared to just eat $30 million, pretty much, man. They weren't prepared to do that. And now they are, because they have no place to put him if he won't play third base. BGN says the Cubs suck bad. What's good, BGN? I think it's your first time, so we're gonna give you one of these joints. And you know what? I ain't played no sound effects. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Nah, the Cubs don't suck bad, man. They suck tonight, though. They did. Tonight they sucked, but they don't. They're a good team, man. They first place in their division, even though the Brewers are right on their ass, but they're not bad, man. They kind of ran into us at the worst time, too. There are A-Rod's contract. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Oh, and you're talking about Cano signed with Seattle in there. Yeah, I know, but what that has to do with anything in the thing? We already knew they weren't going to sign Cano. That's what I'm saying. These stories remind me of pro wrestlers that wear a mask from parts unknown. Oh, man. And I get it. That's my whole thing, right? The moral of the story is, you can't run with everything, man. And like, I could come over here right now and be like, hey, man, I got a source. And my source tells me this. And it could be outlandish, right? And I could say it. I could say 50 different times, right? And that one time that it actually comes true, because even a broken clock is right twice a day. It comes true, then I'll come back here and say, see, I told you. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh yeah, man, I don't fall for that stuff no more. I used to. I'm not gonna lie, I used to fall for that stuff, but after you get okey doked enough times, man, you're like, come on, man. All right, we'll see. We'll just see. It could be true, could be not, but we'll see. But Donnie, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Cashman? I don't know where you're going with this, man. That's my whole thing. My cousin's neighbor's wife's mother, sister's brother. I got a source too. I know a guy who works at Yankee Stadium. He sells beer at Yankee Stadium. How long can you plan on an audio track on stream without getting copyrighted by YouTube? I think the sweet spot is 5 seconds or less. And then some songs, it depends on the label, whoever owns the rights for that song or whatever, because some songs I can't play it at all. There's one song right here. I have the button right here. If I play that for even 1 second, I will get a copyright claim. So, yeah, that's how that goes. But anyway, guys, I'm missing the fight. Did the fight start? Amanda Serrano. Oh, man, I'm going to have to watch it on replay. And I got to watch this movie with my daughter, too. I forgot. But anyway, guys, I appreciate it, man. Let's go Yankees, man. Let's go Yankees. We on a roll right now. Hopefully, we get this sweep. Let's get this sweep. And hopefully the Blue Jays lose, right? The Blue Jays lose tonight. We're right there. Man, who knows? Maybe we could go into the All-Star game tied for first, or maybe even in first, right? But that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys. Again, one last time, we got Max Fried on the mound. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. We got Max Fried on the mound tomorrow. And, yeah, I'll send you the address right after this. I appreciate it, real Bill. My bad, I forgot to do it last night. Besides that, too, man, I wanted to share something that Nathan gave me, but I can't for some reason. I'm trying to send this. But don't forget, Nathan's doing a baseball camp with Rock Ridgeo. He has a new flyer out. I don't have it right now, though. I'm trying to send it to myself to post it here. But this is it's different, though. The new one, everything's on sale. It's only $45 per ticket. And there's 85 tickets available. That's the difference in the two freaking things, man. But make sure you check that out if you're in the area, if you have kids or you got a nephew, a cousin or something, whatever, a youngster that plays baseball. Doesn't have to be a boy. It could be a female too. Man, go out there, man. Take them to a baseball camp. Learn from a pro, a rising star too in Rock Ridgeo. I'm pretty sure he'd probably do some autographs and stuff. It's cool to check it out, man. And that's my man, Nathan. Support your boy, man. Nathan's a great guy. He's a great guy. If you're in the area, go check it out. But besides that, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. Make sure you smack the like on your way out if you haven't already. And that's it, man. Peace. See you guys tomorrow.